Ready? Set.
Ready? Oh.
Go. That was a really funny way for me to breathe. I've never breathed like that before.
Really? Not even when you're running in a cartoon marathon? Oh my god.
I feel like I'm going to be so lightheaded so quickly. I'm breaking into kind of a sweat, like a small sweat because of that.
You immediately give yourself a panic attack because of this joke that you made.
The joke was that I was running for you on cam. And wow.
There it is.
There it is. I'm kinda sleepy. Welcome to this show, everyone. Why is this song so fucking long?
Because I'm way too long.
Jesus, another bar, huh? My God. Longest intro by Slow Smog. That's slowsmog.com. Slowsmog.org, I think, is the preference.
If you'd like to listen to an even longer version,
This thing will drag on forever. I quite like listening to Slow Smog's full version of that track. I've completely forgotten the name because the file is just intro fade out on my computer now because we just do the short version, when I play it. Yeah. But listening to the full version is actually really quite cool because being so familiar with the podcast and hearing that intro song so many times, when it gets there, it's almost like that part in the movie where they say the movie title, and you're like, oh, they said it, So like when my brain registers that clip, I'm like, that's the part. Like there it is. There it is. That's the thing I know.
To me, it feels like seeing a teacher outside of school.
Oh.
Like in their normal clothes.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, I'm not used to this.
Smoking a cigarette. You're like, whoa.
What? Yeah.
You got a life outside of this? Damn.
Yeah, actually, because it goes on in either direction, quite a bit. You're like, I didn't see you as being so expansive. I only saw this little clip of you. Yeah, this little part of your life. But slowsmog.bandcamp.com, slowsmog.org if you want to listen to that thing, or just Slow Smog on Spotify. How about that? A proper little Slow Smog plug for... This is all the space between my names.
Come again?
This is all the space in between. My name is Chris.
Oh,
that's what I said.
Okay, that's not what you should have said.
I misspoke because I was talking so fast.
Wait. Yeah. Okay, do it again. Say your name is Chris.
My name is Chris. That's what I
say it. Yeah, do it.
My name is Chris.
No, do it. Introduce the podcast.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This is all the space between. Why? Hold on. Why am I doing that? Okay, I'll do it. Okay. This is all the space between. My name is Chris.
My name's Nikki. That's my joke. We're both our exes' names.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna be like, what the fuck are you? Don't bring Nikki into this. The fuck does Nikki have to do with this?
I think we should have a special episode.
Nikki's a queen.
We're not on the show, and we just get them to talk.
That would actually rule. That would be so cool because they're both so fucking. They would both be so fucking awkward in the episode. Both being very polite to one another and both
That's the funniest thing I can imagine.
That would be so cool. Chris is kind of my default name, like to go to.
It's a very popular man's name.
It is, yeah. Christopher.
Yeah, the Christ bearer. Yeah.
That's what it means. And that's what he was. This is all the space in between. My name is Mitch.
My name's Billy.
And this is an advice extravaganza.
Oh, that's a claim.
It is not just a podcast, but a book.
No.
Okay.
No.
A feature-length film.
No.
But most of
also
all,
not that.
Coming at you live on the radio.
Also not true.
Where we answer your emails on the show and try our best, our darndest to give you whatever advice pops into our little brains. At the moment, we do 3 episodes. No, sorry. I almost said episodes again. 3 questions per episode. I get stuck in a loop.
We do 3 episodes per question. We
get through-
really dive into
It's a trinity. It's a trilogy. It's a trifecta
Oh my god.
per question. So our first question is just a picture of a cat. So I don't know how we're gonna.
I don't know how we're gonna.
How the fuck we're gonna do that? But hey, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Oh, I bumped that. Did you hear that?
Of course I heard it. You punched the microphone, I think. Really slapped that boy.
Thank you so much for listening. Not the most calm energy. I am hot and sweating.
Yeah. I'm hot and tired, and I don't know, I just started my SSRIs again. I've got
I know.
weird energy.
You
I
don't
got
have to say
strange
that.
energy.
No, yeah, you seem... Well, you were down before, and now you're a little too up. Yeah. Sorry, do you hear a car alarm going off in the back? Hold on, let me see if we can hear that.
I can hear it.
You can hear it? I'm hoping that it comes in. What if it just never ends, huh? What if I'm sitting here just having to talk through that? This is my worst nightmare. So can any one of my neighbors, like, deal with that?
What if it just goes on for the whole episode?
What the fuck do I do? Hold on, hold on one second.
What do we do? Oh my god.
I opened the window so you can hear it more.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear it louder?
I for sure can hear it more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's still going. It's still going on. I just wanted to.
Okay, this is. I mean, it perfectly matches the energy we were bringing.
Yeah, maybe the length of it will be the bit.
Like a Family Guy bit.
Exactly.
You know, when they go on too long.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. It's one of those kind of hurt me bits that I was gonna.
Yeah, like an anti-humor, really.
A bit. Yeah, that one. I cannot believe this is still going on.
Why is it? I can't believe this is fucking happening.
I swear it's getting louder. I swear it's like
more
pulling.
grating.
It's pulling up to my house. I have to talk over it.
It's so fucking loud.
All right, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna close the window again. Hold on. Okay, here's just an update. Okay. Some guy's outside kind of looking at the car as it's honking.
Oh, that's good.
He's sort of addressing the situation, but not in a way that's beneficial to the show, yeah.
Not in a way that's stopping the honking.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Did he look like he was burgling the car?
He didn't. He did not. It's still light out, but I mean, that would be the move for a burglar, is to just stick around and just act like you're trying to get it to stop calmly, you know?
Yeah, no one suspects that guy who's just looking at it.
I hear him opening and closing the doors, and somehow that's not enough for it to actually stop beeping.
Still going, huh?
I might say something. I might be like, if you could just cut the fucking cable to the...
Hey, some of us are trying to record a fucking podcast here, okay?
Okay, it's called All the Space in Between. New episodes every Monday. Ever heard of it?
No.
I really don't want to, like, cut this part out, because then I have to do more editing to, like, sync it all again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm really hoping... This is going to go on for minutes at this point.
Yeah.
It stopped. I feel dizzy now.
I feel like I can still hear it. I feel like I've got like a weird kind of tinnitus from it.
When you stare at a light for too long, and then it's just still there as a like a phantom sound.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it like more than a buck with you right now. I'm leaving that in the show.
all of it.
I'm leaving the whole thing kind of in the show. Yeah.
All right.
That would be several minutes of a person can skip that if you're falling asleep to the show. I mean, at least it happened at the beginning ish.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to sign off on that decision before I.
Yeah, if you're falling asleep to the show, I'm so sorry for any dreams that you have in which there's a car alarm going off outside your window and it won't stop.
I'm experiencing derealization currently.
I think that's fine. Me too. That's just we can get through this together.
I feel like I was hypnotized just now.
Same. I'm reeling.
Okay. You look like you're reeling.
I'm-
Okay. So that was the thing I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, you've been acting like a freak lately. because, because of your SSRIs. Yeah, you were off them for a while and kind of mean to me. But now you're on them and you're laughing like this. So eventually you'll level out, I hope. Because I miss the old Billy.
I apologize. Will you let me read a question?
Yeah, you
Will
want
you
to
let
give
me
the
read
first
an
one?
email? Yeah.
Oh, thank you to everybody that actually wrote in emails. Is that the right way to say it? Who actually wrote into the show this last week. We were begging and groveling for questions just the last week, and we got them. We got a whole ton of them. So we're so sorry if we didn't get to yours this week. We can only pick 3. And you're going to be pissed when you hear the first one we picked because we had a bunch of good ones. But go ahead and read the first one. I will not be adding music to it.
Okay. Well, this one has no body text whatsoever. It's simply a subject line that says, consider. And it is a picture.
Which I'm putting right here.
Hell yeah. It is a picture of a cat. How to describe this picture of a cat?
It's hard.
I mean, you can go to the YouTube to see it. You can also go to our website to see the actual picture. But I'm going to try my best to describe it just not in audio format. It is a white cat with the pinkest nose and the pinkest mouth. And it is very cute looking. But it's a photograph that looks like it's been taken in the middle of the night, for a start. It's very grainy. It's very long exposure. It looks like it's somehow been taken on a cell phone from like 2011.
It really does.
And the cat is mid-movement, coming at the camera with its mouth open, blurry. No body is visible, only the head. The head coming out of nothing, and the cat is launching itself towards, what is that outstretched in the photographer's hand? A bugle.
A bugle from a couple episodes ago when we were chatting about...
A solitary bugle.
Bugles.
Yes.
I saw this, and for like a whole 30 seconds, I was like, it's eating just like a baby corn, you know?
I thought it was a baby corn, too.
Yeah, just like one of those things you have in like stir fry, you know?
Yeah, tiny corn.
Which are delicious, by the way. I haven't had a baby corn like that in forever, I feel like.
You should fix that.
I wanted just a jar of them. I mean, they probably come in a can, right? Yeah, those things come in cans, and you just put them into stir fry.
I've never got them in a can.
How do you have them?
Fresh.
Fresh? What does that even mean?
Fresh. They're fresh. They're fresh.
But they're not just...
Like how you get a normal corn. Fresh.
And you just shuck those things, huh? Like it just looks like a little normal corn. No, of course it doesn't. And also, I'm pretty sure that baby corns aren't just small corns. That's ridiculous.
First of all, yes, they are just small corns.
No, hold on. A baby corn that I get, that I eat whole, cob and all, from like Chinese food, is just a super undeveloped normal corn.
What? No, not as in it's like unripe. No, but it is just a smaller version of corn. Yeah.
Well, I know that. I don't think it's a cucumber that happens to be that shape. I'm saying I know it's in the corn family, but I'm not saying... But it's like, if you're just growing normal corn or are in a cornfield...
Yeah.
You're not just finding baby versions of that and picking them off and saying, this is the baby corn I get in Chinese food.
Oh, no, it's not like baby spinach where they just pick it early.
Young, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, dude, I've seen so much corn grow, and I've never seen one of those.
All right, bragging much?
Sorry.
Bragging
but
much?
Yeah, I've been in a lot of cornfields.
Well, tell me, how much corn have you seen grow?
A lot. Quite a bit. From when I was very young. 'Cause my dad used to grow it.
Country girls make do.
Yeah, that's right. And
what a funny response.
I didn't get what you said until like just now. You damn right I did. Wait, what? There's actually a corn inside me now.
Confidently saying that you fucked your love in the ass with a corn cob. Before realizing what you said.
I was literally switching tabs being like, that's true, by the way.
Yeah, I did do that.
So what did you say? Country girls make do? That's the joke you made?
Yeah.
And I was like... I said absolutely. I make do.
Absolutely, I did and I do.
I did and I am. And I'm close.
That's why I want one of these little baby corns, actually.
That's the funniest thing. I've been around a lot of corn, though. In actuality, I've never had it inside me, but yeah, I've been around a lot of corn. Have you just like picked sweet corn? Yeah, of course you have. I've seen pictures of you doing it. Just
You have, yeah.
picking sweet corn fresh off the cob, dusting off all those delicious ants, and eating it.
Yeah, I have done that. It's
Wait,
delicious.
You've eaten fresh corn like that, never eaten an ant, huh?
No,
Ants cover corn.
but there weren't anywhere where I was.
Sometimes ants really like that sweet corn.
Who can blame them?
Not me, not I. What is baby corn? That's what I'm looking up right now.
I love how this picture didn't even have corn in it. It was a bugle, but we were like, that looks like corn. Let's talk about corn.
Let's talk about corn and Mitch's ass. What? It's a picture of my cat with a bugle. Well, it's our podcast, so there you go.
Yeah, we do about what we want.
Baby corn, also known as young corn, cornlets, or baby sweet corn, is a cereal grain taken from corn maize, harvested early while the stalks are still small and immature. It typically is eaten whole, cob included, in contrast to mature corn, whose cob is too tough for human consumption. It is eaten both raw and cooked. Baby corn is commonly in stir-fry dishes. This is just small, normal corn?
Baby corn. I just googled, is baby corn just picked early? ?
And?
Baby corn comes from regular corn.
What the fuck?
It's just picked at a much earlier stage before it's even been fertilized. Virgin corn.
That's nuts. I also just remembered I never took that photo away.
Okay.
Has that been on this whole time in the YouTube video, or?
Well, that's up to you. Yes.
Yes? Oh, God damn it.
Yes.
Okay. It's hard for me to remember the two things when I'm editing the video. Okay, so I'm taking it, Mitch, to take it away right here, please. There you go.
Thank you so much for this horrible, haunted little photo.
Right. It's eating a bugle. It's funny you should say it has the pinkest nose and the pinkest mouth in the world. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's just as pink as this person's fingers.
Well, consider they've got the pinkest fingers in the world.
You have the pinkest fingers in the world, so
okay.
Consider that.
It's not a competition.
Now that we're
fine.
Considering things, yeah, consider that. The mouth of the cat is cute. I'd like to, you can see its little teeth still, even though it's all blurry. We got to move on to an actual question, but thank you for the photo.
Thank you so much. All right, you reading this one?
Yeah, and it's a chaotic little one. We're not saying who it's from, right?
No.
Okay, we're not going to say who it's from. But the person writing in, you know who it's from. And we...
Of course, yeah.
We know... Well, I'm just saying, we know who it's from. They know that it's from them. So I'm speaking to them directly, even though I can't say their name. But we know who it is because they're a part of the Discord.
Yeah.
What a chaotic email that you are making me read right now. This is one giant wall of text. No... There's no paragraph breaks.
No paragraph break. This is like an A4 just sheet of paper that is just a solid wall. No breaks, no lines. No, it's just there. Yeah.
And I'm the one that's reading this thing. This is just going to be like two dyslexic people trying to communicate with each other with a computer. You know, like it's just it's not ideal. It feels like this is hard, and I'm gonna try my best. It's like Charlie from It's Always Sunny, just like leaving any note ever, you know, like
just like, what the fuck is
exactly
this? Yeah.
what does this mean? But I think I'm the right person to actually read this.
I think so too.
So it's called Live, Laugh, Love, and it goes. Let me zoom in here. Actually, hold on. And it goes. Let me reposition. Hold on. And it goes. Ooh, the car alarm started again. No, I'm kidding. It's called Live, Laugh, Love, and it goes, "Hello, Bitchel and Milfred. Here I am answering your pleas for a pickle since the pickle jar has finally begun to run dry. Strap in because this one has multiple parts." Again, funny that it's in multiple parts, one giant wall. So let's get right into it. I just recently graduated college with my bachelor's degree in graphic design, which is super exciting. I got an entry-level graphic design job fairly quickly, which I was very excited about. However, this isn't quite the type of graphic design job I was looking for. So when you think of professional graphic design, usually things that would come to mind would be business cards, logos, digital illustration, etc. Well, this job doesn't really have those things. Basically, I work at a sign shop, who is a company who has several different shops. These include Etsy shops, Facebook shops, multiple different websites, etc. You may be wondering then, what do we sell? Well, that's where things get funky. We sell customized gifts. That's right, customized gifts. they have very strong live, laugh, love energy. Basically, they're silly little gifts that middle-aged people get their family members for holidays and stuff. Stuff like cups that say, "My fisherman is such a great catch." So now that you have the background information, let me get to the actual pickles. First of all, there's this one design. I didn't create it, but I believe my supervisor did. I will attach an image below, but the design says, I'm just going to attach the image here. The design says, get this, Happy Father's Day to my favorite DILF. What? Excuse me? Okay, are you supposed to give this to your father? Did they forget what the acronym stands for? Or is it meant to be a gift from the guy's wife? But why would you buy your husband a Father's Day gift? I feel like that's a little bit extra. I want to know what your guys' thoughts. I'm going to take the photo away right here. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this now. On this. Now, my second pickle is that my boss is my boss at this place. He works remotely. He's in New York and I'm in Florida, and, so we communicate over Skype, Messenger, and occasionally do phone call meetings. Well, that's fine and all, but the part that's not fine is that he is very vague when he asks me to make things sometimes. So you're probably thinking, well, bro, why don't you ask him questions so that you know what you should be doing? I do. And he hardly gets any less vague. So then I just try my best to do what he wants, and sometimes I succeed, but sometimes I don't. And sometimes when I don't, he kind of acts like I'm stupid. Even though he fails to explain in detail what he wants from me. All of my coworkers, including my supervisor, have the same problem with him, so you'd think that someone would call him out on his BS, but instead my supervisor just told me, yeah, you just gotta ask him to explain more so that you don't have to make the same thing 400 times. As if I haven't tried to ask him. Also, I feel like it's a bit unfair to me to sit and interrogate this perfectly capable 38-year-old man who can very easily tell me exactly what he needs from me because he just doesn't feel the need to explain it in detail the first time. What should I do? It doesn't help either that he sometimes makes me feel like I'm the fool because of my crippling imposter syndrome, which leads me to my final pickle. I worked really hard on creating a portfolio that I thought was really good work. I included logo designs, flyer designs, etc., but then I got myself a job that doesn't involve any of that, and my imposter syndrome just keeps telling me I'm not a real graphic designer because I am just making silly designs for basic people. I try not to be so hard on myself because I know that it's my first job in the field, but I can't help but feel like I'm selling myself a bit short. Let me know if you have any advice for dealing with imposter syndrome. Thank you so much for reading this, and I'm so sorry that it's so long. It's probably such a mess, but I know you need pickles, so I figured I'd pack all of my current ones into one convenient but very long email. You guys are the best, and I enjoy being part of this little community you guys have built so much. Thank you for everything. This person's name, which I almost said. Can I tell you what I almost said, and I'll bleep it out?
What?
I was going to say, this person's That's so good. This person's name.
Okay.
So, lots of great things here. Can we start out with the Father's Day gift?
Yeah, we got like a 3-part question here, basically. We could, honestly, we could have just had this question and it'd been all 3 questions, because there are 3 questions in there.
So easily.
Yeah. All right. the first part. The Father's Day. Yeah, it's Father's Day, right? Happy Father's Day to my favorite DILF.
Let's bring it back one. Nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You've already said, let's bring it back right now. In the YouTube video.
The photograph is, I mean, it says, as you can imagine, Happy Father's Day to my favorite DILF.
It's on like this sort of like a whiskey
decanter. Yeah.
With like the glasses as well.
The glass reusable decanters that like fancy people have, you know?
Exactly.
And it's written in such a font that the way the font is and the product that it's on very much don't read like a joke.
It doesn't read like a joke at all. And I don't think they're doing it as a joke, but it literally says, Happy Father's Day to my favorite dad I'd like to fuck. What the fuck is this?
Listen, it gets so much worse when you actually say the words in the acronym. Because then it's split up into Happy Father's Day to my favorite dad I'd like to fuck. So it sounds like to my favorite dad, you know?
Oh,
I guess maybe if you had two dads, then you might have a favorite.
Interesting. I mean, I guess you could get this for like, let's say
someone who just is a father. I don't know.
I guess so, yeah. Or I was gonna say in kind of like a little, I don't know, if you had a daddy. You know.
Well, that's not okay. But well, all right. If you have a daddy though, that's not a dad you'd like to fuck. That's a daddy that you're currently fucking.
Yeah, but Dickf doesn't sound that cool. Dickf sounds Dickf doesn't sound that neat. I'm taking away the photo again.
Daddy, I'm currently fucking.
Daddy, I'm currently fucking. I love, because like we know who the person is. It's especially funny for me to imagine them working somewhere and seeing this design and being like, dude, what the fuck?
what the fuck?
What are you saying here?
What does this mean?
What is that? Because, you know, like it doesn't sound like they work in like a place that does parodies, really. Just kind of corny gifs for people who don't realize that this shit is corny.
Yeah, like a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a little bit, you know, yeah. To my favorite fisherman, what a catch, etc.
Yeah, exactly.
DILF seems like a step too far for that kind of market.
I don't think they know what the acronym means.
What else could it mean?
Damn, I love father. There you go. Easy. That was easy. I just did that.
To my favorite dad, I love father.
To my favorite dad, I love father. Easily. Dang. I'm loving Father's Day.
Oh my god. I can't believe how quick you came up with that. You're great at coming up with like acronyms.
Thank you. I'm also really good at freestyling and writing songs.
Well, don't say that. I'll ask you to prove it on the show.
I've been freestyling a lot lately.
I know that. This is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It's really
funny. So funny.
It's
funny because it definitely doesn't. It doesn't look like a joke, and it seems like the person who made it doesn't like know that it's. Oh, it's so fucking funny to me.
Getting this for your dad, not knowing what it means.
I had the terrible curse as a teenager of many of my friends referring to my dad as a DILF.
Oh yeah, you told me. Well, I mean, he hits all the marks of that you need to be hot. His name is Mitch. He's a musician. He's into synths. You know, I can. You know, those are the qualities of someone who's fucking hot.
You know, I can't agree.
You're nodding your head.
I'm not nodding.
You are nodding your head.
I'm not nodding my head.
You're mouthing. I don't know how you're doing. You're like a ventriloquist. How are you doing this? You're saying this, but your mouth is saying. Your mouth is saying you're right. You're mouthing that.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
I don't know how you're doing this right now. You give me the thumbs up. Okay. So this is funny, but we'll leave it there. Okay. I don't know. It seems like a really funny gift that a person doesn't realize why it's funny.
Let's move on to the second part of the email.
Your boss is kind of a shithead. Some 38-year-old guy who just hops onto Skype calls with you, and he's like, you have to just make a thing like this, and you have 1,000 questions. You're like, wait, like this? Yeah, like, especially with like graphic design and stuff, you can't really be vague.
No, it's very specific.
When you're working with a client like that, they usually want something pretty specific.
Or like, it's fine to give someone a vague brief and then just be like, do what you want with it. But you can't give someone a vague brief and then they come back and they're like, well, here it is. And you're like, well, no, you did it wrong. Do it again. And they're like, okay, here it is. And they're like, wrong again. It's like,
we should have covered this.
I can't just fucking guess, dude.
Right. We should have covered this while we were like briefing things,
Yeah.
It's good to come in vague and then you decide on something and then you make the thing. But you don't just make the thing as the trial and they're like, no, that's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, yes, that's how some design works if you're like trying to come up with like a logo or something like that. But this is like for gifts, So you didn't make the gift thing right and you could have made it right the first time. If your boss was just more detailed with his descriptions, but he's refusing to be.
Yeah.
And it's making them feel like a dummy.
Here's the thing about bosses. They're in a lot of...
Watch your mouth. I'm kind of a boss apologist.
I'm kind of a girl boss.
Yeah. Watch your mouth. My mom was a girl boss.
My mother was a girl boss. My mother was a gatekeep gaslight girl boss. Bosses in a lot of instances are not fucking good at their jobs.
No,
like a lot of the time
no.
it seems like fucking like luck that they're you would think the dream of capitalism teaches you the person at the top, obviously, the most well-paid person at the top of the chain is obviously the most capable one.
Capable,
and the
skilled,
most
and works the hardest, yeah?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Fuck no. No
Definitely
way.
fucking not.
Not even close.
No.
No,
And this is unfortunately just like another example of that.
Yeah, all of this is built on maybe that person, especially in a situation like this, maybe that person just like has the clientele or had the connections to even start the business to begin with, but it's all relying on your work.
You're the one designing it at the bottom of the chain.
Of course.
Yeah.
How do you deal with them? I don't know. This kind of seems like a temporary job, right?
It's got to be a temporary job. I mean, that ties into the second bit. Like, if you feel like your talents are kind of, or not even your talents, but it's not exactly your passion. It's vaguely in the field, but not exactly what you want to do. Then maybe you just stick it out for a few years, and you're like, my boss is kind of a dick, but I'm not gonna be here forever.
Nope.
I don't know.
It is paying you currently. You need money to survive.
Yeah.
And don't look at this as a job you got to like work your way up in, or even just like fix the sort of the the structure of that existing business. If you're not totally miserable, stay where you are. And if you are a little bit miserable, you can try and talk to your boss and just be like, I think it would be more efficient if I knew more going into it, and then it would be even more productive, and I wouldn't feel quite so dumb.
No, well, that won't work because bosses love making people feel dumb.
I think that's actually why he's fucking doing it, to be honest.
Yeah. I think bosses really enjoy making other people feel dumb, so... You could tell a little white lie and be like, well, on other jobs I've done, make up some freelancing jobs or something, be like, on other jobs I've done, I find that like I get the work done way quicker if you actually just give me a really detailed brief, like go into too much detail almost. And just be like, that's worked for me in the past.
Yeah,
perhaps that's probably what I would do
for sure. I still think maybe the boss would like just continue to be a shithead,
Yeah, I mean, there's a high likelihood. He kind of sounds like he's just a bit of a shithead, so...
He'll probably continue to do that. I say don't even stick it out for some years. I say just, like, stick it out for as long as you're able to, But be like actively looking for another job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have it on there so that you've got something on your CV that's like, I've got experience being people don't even, when it comes to CV stuff, as long as you've just got like, proper name of company and then your position is like graphic designer, they're like, oh, cool, you worked for a company as a graphic designer.
Look at that.
Cool. They probably won't be like, did that company sell any DILF related products?
You just start sweating and pulling your collar. Oh,
shit.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah, we sold only DILF products there.
DILF.com. Yeah, being there is okay as just like a stepping stone along the way to something else. Jobs can be, jobs are good for having money, but jobs can also be useful in like, it's a reference for you and it is experience. And first jobs in most fields are not great.
No. God, no.
It doesn't sound like you particularly want to work your way up in this particular company, but you may want to work yourself up in the field in general. And most people do start at the bottom, like Mitch said, you can be actively looking for other jobs. You could also be actively like taking on freelance work if you, I don't know what your hours are like or how busy you are, but you could be advertising freelance services on the side, boost your portfolio a little bit, give you something else to do that's maybe a little bit more creatively fulfilling. I don't know. Yeah, don't feel like you're trapped in it just because you're there right now. It's very, very normal to have a kind of shitty first job, but it's really impressive you got one in your field in the first place after coming out of university straight away. Because
that alone is very rare. That's very, very rare. And yeah, I agree with Billy. It's very like it's definitely not just you. If you worked hard, got a degree, created a great portfolio, and then you finally got hired somewhere, and it's like it's actually utilizing those skills in that you it's then that's great. But more often than not, those people are left feeling like, oh, I sold myself a little bit short. I'm not making work I'm even passionate about. I'm making like I'm just designing things for I'm like designing jokes. I'm designing DILF fucking things. I'm just putting font on this, and there it is, Of course you could be doing more, and you will be doing more, but this is just your first thing. Do it for as long as you want to, especially if it's paying you money. You can pay your rent with this shit. And I would be looking for something else. Just, not even super ambitiously, but just kind of poking around.
It's good to poke around.
Let's
it's
see
good
if
to
anything.
Throw out that energy to the universe,
exactly.
I think.
Throw that energy to the universe and try to see if anything pops up, and then when it does, you can jump on it and just be like, "Hey, this is my 2 weeks at this place. I found something else."
Yeah. Me and Mitch are both big believers in kind of, poking around at stuff for like, A, the foremost reason, which is like, obviously, if I see an opportunity, I can take it. But B, it's just kind of giving that energy out. It's just like, hey, by the way, I'm open to this.
Exactly.
Whoever's listening. In a non-insane way, but
yeah. Well, I mean, it's a little bit insane when
a little bit, but,
when like we talk about it, because we straight up credit like a lot of the things that we've accomplished, a lot of things that we do, on just opening ourselves up to the possibility of it happening, and making it known that you want that thing.
Yeah,
and not just like known to your neighbor. I'm just known to you, known to yourself in the nighttime, that you,
what a beautiful sentence.
Thank you. That you want something to happen there, and that you're actively, even if you're not super ambitiously doing it, but you're just acknowledging that it's this thing that you want. And, more often than not, at least in the situations I've been in, I've gotten an opportunity to kind of take those routes if they felt right. If they, you're presented with a lot of opportunities, and it's not for no reason, and it doesn't come, completely randomly. You have to sort of align your life to be in a place where you can accept those opportunities. And maybe that can just be like, casually poking around for a new job that you wouldn't have known existed if you weren't casually poking around. So I'd say casually poke around.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make you any less of an artist that you're making like ridiculous products like this. It's just kind of like it's a commodity what you offer, and someone's like, it's a skill that you learned that someone is paying you to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's not super fulfilling now, but it has the opportunity to be very fulfilling in the future. So stick with it.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I think just as like a last note, like a lot of people who get degrees, especially in maybe not fine art degrees, but stuff like graphic design, stuff like photography, like the kind of what you'd call like new arts, you know. Photography as an example, most of the first university that I went to, in our first class, they were like, hands up how many of you think you're going to be a professional photographer like in a few years time. Obviously the whole class put their hands up. They were like, about 6 of you will.
Wow.
And everyone got really pissed off at them, and it was like,
they gave it to you fucking.
They were right.
Of course
they
they're
were
right.
Fucking right. And they were like, and out of those 6 of you, 4 of you are going to be doing corporate jobs, which is fine. But like most photography jobs out of university are just stuff like doing headshots for like corporations, fucking taking everyone's yearbook photos.
Yeah, they hired a photographer.
ID photo. Yeah, like it's just doing e-commerce, which is just taking pictures of like t-shirts on white backgrounds and stuff. You're still a photographer, and you were trained to do that and do it well, and you can do it well, and people will pay you for it, and it's a skill people need. But it's not what a lot of people picture when they're like, I'm gonna be a photographer, and they imagine being like Annie Leibovitz shooting in a cornfield for Vogue,
Right, exactly.
But it still is being a photographer that people need.
Yes,
it's just it's
you're still a
practical,
photographer.
and you're kind of doing that. And a lot of the time people will do that for a number of years while they're like, okay, need to pay my rent, need to blah blah blah, and then on the side, they'll do their more creative stuff.
A lot of people enter those things knowing that's what they're going to do. They sort of, those are the jobs that they're aiming for even, I know a lot of musicians that I'm sure a lot of musicians, like romanticize the idea of being their own artist and making money off Spotify and doing all of that as their full-time thing, just being a creative person, and that's your job and you get paid for it. But, most of my friends that are musicians, like a lot of them, most of them by a long shot are like studio musicians. They're touring musicians. They're something like that. They'll just enter different bands either as permanent members or not.
Yeah.
And because a studio needs a piano player or like a person that knows how to play cello well, or, and then they'll tour with the band, like for a little bit because of this or that, and that's a similar thing. Somebody needed somebody with your skill. I just hit spacebar and I was so afraid I paused the recording. Somebody needs I need to stop talking with my hands. Hold on. I'm going to move my keyboard way over there. Somebody needs an artist with your exact skill, and they're utilizing it. And if it's not super fulfilling, it's because you're doing joke stuff right now, and it sucks. But actively look for something else.
I would say be thankful. You're not thankful.
Should be grateful, you little shit.
You little fucking shithead. No, but just think, most of the people in your fucking class and in any given media or arts class never take a job in that field remotely after they leave school.
They go, they get their degree, and they're just like, fuck, I guess I'll be something else now.
Yeah. So, like, you're in the field. That's a good place to be starting, that a lot of people don't even get to that first step. But
it's a great place to start.
You got more steps to take, and you will get there. Yeah. All right.
We're at an okay time.
We're at an okay time.
Last question. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We shook off our sillies. We're taking serious tones.
Yeah.
We got one last question. It's about therapy.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay.
You think we can wrap this up in a mature way, or are you gonna fart again?
What do you mean again?
I've edited out about 6 farts this episode.
This is libel,
It's deceit.
malpractice, deceit.
It's
some
slander.
people's definition of gaslighting.
It's not.
This is okay.
Yeah,
well,
wow, it's
mine.
still working. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, that was easy. No, it's not. Okay, sorry, honey.
Okay. Well,
Sorry,
I'll leave
sweetie.
you.
When did my purse get in the freezer? I don't know. You don't look well.
This is awful.
We have one more question.
You want me to read it?
I need you to read it.
I need you to do it, baby. Okay. This one's called Am I Allowed to Be Cool? And it goes like this. Hello, dearest Billy and Mitch. I'm beginning therapy again and want to ask your opinion on something. Am I allowed to be cool in therapy? I was filling out a general questionnaire for my therapist, and the whole time I was writing, I was overcome with this idea of, God, I hope I don't come off as weird. I hope she thinks I'm cool. I really feel like therapy has this preconceived notion that you have to be serious and sad during it, but I simply do not like that energy. I would like to discuss my big problems while having immaculate vibes. Basically, do you think I can be cool in therapy, or am I going to be lobotomized for attempting to talk about very serious topics while not being gloomy? Do you, or have you ever, vibed with your therapists? Lots of love, Anxious Vibe Queen. P.S. By the time you read this, I will have probably already had my first session, so maybe I'll have decided to be cool, or maybe I'll have just cried instead. Gonna decide by a coin toss. P.P.S. This tweet is too relatable. And then there is a screenshot of a tweet by Sarah McHenry, Yellow Cardigan on Twitter. And it says, My therapist laughs at joke I just said. Me to myself. This is great. I'm going to get a good grade in therapy, something that is both normal to want and possible to achieve.
You've sent me a lot of Sarah's tweets before.
I have sent you a lot of Sarah McHenry's tweets before. Sarah has good takes on everything consistently.
Really, really
and
good.
a good sense of humor. One of the rare Twitter users that are good now. Very, very relatable to me. Okay. Who wants to answer first?
Let me jump in really quickly just to set the tone.
Okay.
There's no wrong way to act in front of your therapist. There's just not. Actually, I'll answer this question first. Have I vibed with a therapist? Yeah, I've had the same therapist for like 8 years. You know, like
I would say that is vibing.
Yeah, we're vibing. And I make them laugh like all the time. And
you do, and you'll tell me about it afterwards. You'll be like, told a good joke to Neil.
I told a good joke to Neil today, and I got him with that shit. Yeah, and he'll just like throw his head back and laugh sometimes. I'm like, oh, that was a good one. Which is not to say I haven't cried in front of him a whole lot, you know? Or had panic attacks in front of him, or did anything like that. You can be vulnerable, you can be funny, you can be all those things if that's who you are.
Yeah.
You know, not every session has to be this moody, gloomy, I'm trying to focus on this thing. You can talk about serious things in a lighthearted way.
I mean, they'd be a pretty shitty therapist if they were just like, no, don't use humor to cope with just talking about serious stuff. It's like, hold on, you use humor? Fucked up of you.
That sucks to me.
Therapists have seen every type of person and every type of reaction. Like, they're prepared for you to go in absolutely sobbing. They're prepared for you to shut down and not be able to talk at all. They're prepared for you to joke about things.
It's what they went to school for.
Yeah, it's like there's a whole big range of human reactions, and it's literally what they specialize in. So I wouldn't worry. Do what you feel like is right on the day, I think. Do you worry about your therapist thinking that you're cool, though?
I guess I would ideally like him to think I'm cool. Like, I have to be one of his more unique clients, you know? With the aggressive agoraphobia and the powerful jawline. how does those two don't intersect? Those are two Venn diagram, like, that Venn diagram's just two circles that it's just a sliver in the middle. It's me.
Having such a debilitating panic disorder, but such handsome classical features.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a rap a long time ago, and one of the lines were, I've got these giant cheekbones. They're so defined they can slice a meat roast.
Oh.
And I mean that shit.
Yeah. Have you told Neil that one?
I've not told Neil any of my raps. I'll have you know. Don't say that one like I come back to you being like, I told them a bar today, sweetie. And he actually liked it a lot.
He actually said it was fire.
Yeah. He said when I said, you're too scared to rap, so the joke's on you. I ain't chicken. For that cheese, I'll go ham like it's cordon bleu. He loved that shit. He thought that was fucking incredible. No, I want to be one of his more unique clients. Of course I do. You want to be someone that somebody likes, especially if you look up to the person and you think that they're cool, Of course you want them to think you're cool, I like when he asks about my music and or when he's like, "Oh, I checked this out. It's incredible."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much." And he wants to hear about that stuff. Obviously, it's not the whole session. It's just part of my life. Oh, I'm working on this album. Oh, I got this new thing. Oh, a new thing came out. And he'll email me about it being like, "Mitch, this is amazing," Or, "Oh, this was so touching," or "You put this in such a good way," I want him to think those things, of course, but it also took me years, and I don't suggest anybody do the same thing, but it took me years to be fully honest with him. Like, really be myself around him, because I was always entering therapy and with this sort of a mind state that I was like, well, I'll tell him my direct problems, the things I really want help with right now. Like, I'm agoraphobic and can't leave the house. Mm-hmm. But that's all. I won't tell him about the darker shit. But it's like, he kind of needs to know that in order to help with the other stuff. That's the sort of the deeper sense of recovery, is digging in really deep and showing him who you really, really are. And a great therapist, even an okay therapist, is you're not going to be... I was convinced for the longest time, and I've told him this 1,000 times, I'm the worst case you've seen. Dude, I'm the worst. And he was like, I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I could just tell you that you aren't. And I was like, that's impossible, bro. I didn't leave the house for 10 years. Yeah. I'm the worst you've ever seen. It's pathetic. I'm the worst. And he's just like, you're just not. You're just not.
Sorry, Mitch. You're not on top of my list.
You're not there. You're not close. It sucks what happened to you, I guess. But you're not the worst at all. Anything you tell your therapist, they're not going to be like, oh my God, Mm-hmm. You'd have to do something pretty nuts. You'd have to be like, oh, my little secret is I have a gun right now. And and they're going to be like, holy shit, but just be honest with them about some stuff. And unless they think that you're a direct threat to yourself or others, they're going to they're just going to give you good advice.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully.
I think that it's when you have a long-term therapist like you've had, it gives you more space to open up into that more comfortable thing.
Yeah.
I've only ever had short-term therapists because I've got them on the NHS.
Yeah. And they keep on switching on you because they after 3 sessions.
I don't know. She's too toxic.
Yeah. Yeah, you attempted actually gaslighting one of your therapists.
No.
Recently.
I also gate-kept and girl-bossed them. So, yeah.
Girl-bossing your therapist. That's so fucking funny.
I've only ever had short-term ones. That only last a few months, This one's lasting longer, but it's still probably going to tap out at about 6 months. And I think it's much harder to go because I don't know. I want people to like me. Obviously, everyone wants people to like them. And you go to a therapist and you're like, okay, it's weird because I'm obviously coming to therapy because I feel there's something wrong with me.
But I don't want you to know what those things
I don't
are.
want you to think there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But it's like, the fact that I'm in therapy implies there must be.
The amount of times I would like, in the same way, like around friends and family, that you would have to, you know, like put on this kind of a front. You'd be like, no, I'm fine. I'm good.
Right.
And it's like, right. And that's why you're talking to a therapist. Like, that's no, like, no, I'm good. No, I've been okay.
Yeah.
Little, you know, but I'll bounce back, you know, and it's just like, dude, tell them.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like with the therapist, like I currently have, Whitney, I was like, huh?
Good old Whitney is what I said.
Good old Whitney. I was like, hey, don't fucking do that, because I've only got so much time, so I really need to make each one of these sessions count, and I shouldn't fucking waste time being like, well, you know, nah, I'm not too bad, you know, oh, I can't complain. Just be like, no, I'm thinking these insane things.
Right, yeah.
You're like, let's cut to the chase.
My heart's racing, my hands are shaking, and I'm hiding it from everybody. Why am I also hiding it from you?
Exactly. And I mean, they're prepared for you to be hiding it because it's a natural thing to do, but I think you get to the meat of the shit quicker if you don't. And I think if you're in a position like me, where you've only got limited sessions, that's helpful. But also if you're in like America and you have to pay per session, it's also probably helpful because you're paying for every session. Don't waste time pretending you're like just fine and cool and chill. You know?
So as Billy said, it's really important to get to the meat of the shit.
Get to the meat of the shit. Yeah. I'm very eloquent, I know. I've also said at the end of the day about like 3 times.
Did you?
In the last
I didn't
5
even
minutes.
notice that. I noticed the meat of the shit. It's like the grossest thing I've ever heard.
That's what my brain problems look like.
That's so fucking funny. Okay.
All right, there's a part of this email that says like, I was filling out a general questionnaire for my therapist, and the whole time I was writing, I was like, God, I hope I'm not weird. I hope she thinks I'm cool. I don't think the last time, the time before I saw my therapist, we were working on something which is like, a lot of my anxiety comes from the fact that I'm like, I have to be seen as being very good at everything effortlessly. Right. Which is why I hate doing things that I don't know how to do.
It's why you don't play Smash Bros. It's exactly why you don't play Smash Bros.
Well, also Smash Bros is like just not that fun of a game. It's why I didn't play any video games for about 10 years though. But I will say that. Because I thought like, no, I'm not good at video games, so I won't play them.
Let's revisit. Hold on. Let's just go back like 3 seconds when you said that's
right.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Wasn't that good of a game.
It's not fun to me. It's not that fun to me.
Like
Sorry.
You need a lot more therapy than you're getting. That's for sure. Fucking A. You know why? Because you sound insane to me right now. You're talking out of your ass right now. God. Okay? Super Smash Brothers Ultimate saved my life. I wish I were Little Mac.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
He's small and fast and braver than I am.
But he has no recovery, so.
Whoa. Maybe I am like Little Mac because I'm bad at recovery.
Oh my God, no.
I guess you're right, huh? Wow, Billy. You know how to cut right to the chase, yeah.
Right to the meat of the shit.
Yeah. That really cut right to the meat of the shit when you said that I was never going to recover. What the fuck?
I said the opposite of that. Rewind the tape. Run it back.
You were saying?
I was saying.
Before I completely derailed it.
We were working on doing this kind of like almost exposure exercise where I have to kind of acclimatize myself just to the idea of being kind of bad and unprepared for something and not having a panic attack about it. And just about a lot of things that set off my anxiety, like people pleasing and just needing to be hate to be seen and like doing bad at something. Yeah. And during us doing this thing and like setting up this exercise, I started having a panic attack because I was like, I'm not doing the exercise good.
Ooh, well, this is a perfect time.
I know. And I started to just like, my voice was getting really we just have phone conversations, so like I can freak out a bit and she doesn't notice, but I get to a certain point of panicky where like my voice just starts warbling a lot.
And you're like, oh god, she knows.
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, fuck. And she was just like, she's like, so what would be an example of a situation that would occur in? And I was like, well, it's happening now, so
I almost kind of love having that moment where you have to decide, am I crossing the threshold right now and telling my therapist I'm having a panic attack?
Right.
Yeah. Because you've been holding it in for so long, and now you're just like, yeah, I'm actually kind of
freaking out.
Having one now.
Yeah.
So if you could do your best to fix me as quick as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is the flip side of this Sarah McHenry tweet, where it's like, I'm going to get a good grade in therapy, which is normal and possible. My brain does that a lot of the time, but this time it's like, you're doing bad at therapy. You're doing therapy wrong.
Bad grade.
You know what it's like when you do things wrong, then the bad things happen. So yeah, it was. But it's funny. It's just what happens. Whatever. I do still have that urge, but if you want to, presumably you're in therapy because you want to work on stuff, and it's more efficient to just try not to do too much posturing. I still make a lot of jokes because I that's just how I talk to everyone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I still make a lot of jokes. I'm still real friendly and stuff, but you got to find a balance between doing that and actually being honest, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the session is kind of like checking in. I don't really have a lot of bad things to say, and I'm jokey the whole time, and we're friendly, we're small talking, and that was the session. And other times the sessions are, I enter it knowing I'm probably going to cry. And then I cry. And even then, I'm probably sprinkling in a little bit of humor here and there, but I'm not actively trying to make them laugh, I guess. I'm trying to make myself feel better. That's just how I would talk to anybody. Talk to your therapist like you would talk to anybody. I guess not if you're hiding everything from people, but just be honest with your therapist. And yeah, I agree with Billy. It's probably better to lean more toward like cutting back on that stuff, especially if you're using it as avoidance. Don't let that be like part of your avoidant behavior.
Yeah.
Tell them everything. They will understand. And ideally, a good therapist is going to be there for you both when you're acting jokey and in a good mood, or even if you're talking about kind of, things, but you're kind of joking about it, or when you're there crying. Like it doesn't have to be consistent each session, because you don't feel the same way every week.
Yeah, very, very true. Yeah, you gotta come to them as a whole complete person, and people have different moods, and they'll hopefully, if they're a good therapist, meet you where you are at that day. But you said that by the time we read this, you probably would have had your first session, so I hope it went good.
I hope it went well.
I hope it went good, but hopefully this will help you for future sessions that you have. Yeah. Just know it's all very normal, obviously, and you're not a weird freak.
Sorry, institutionalized. I just read it right here. Yeah, I looked up their name. They went absolutely batshit because they didn't cry enough during therapy. And their therapist looked at them and said, "That's weird. You're weird.
That's weird.
You're weird. Your stepdad probably thinks you're weird."
Yeah, you're talking about like you're talking about like dark shit, but you're like laughing about it.
Kind of laughing nervously at me.
I have to assume that you're about to go Joker mode.
Yeah.
You're about to turn into the Joker.
And then they were just like, "Well, I'm not." And they go, "Stand back. Okay, don't move your fucking hand so quickly. Okay, put your hand out. Put your hands out on the desk right there.
Oh my god!
And don't fucking move like that again. Okay, you're freaking me out. Freaking everyone out. You freak everyone out." This is me as a therapist.
Very scared and also toxic.
very, very afraid of the patient. Yeah, really projecting too. This has been all the space in between. My name has been Chris.
And I have been, I suppose, Nikki.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish. Sorry, I wish.
I felt I should have had, I don't know, eyelashes on, nails. So I should have dressed up a little bit more.
If you're not,
I look more like a
able
Chris
to,
right now. I'm I'm very sweaty.
Yeah, you're not able to see Billy, but it looks like you've picked all your eyelashes off and also your nails. You have no nails or eyelashes, which is what you meant by that when you...
You joke, but I do fucking look like that when I don't get any makeup on.
No, you don't. Not at all. You have beautiful eyes. No, you don't. You look amazing.
The eyes, I agree, beautiful. And around them, nothing there.
No, they're gorgeous.
Nothing to frame them.
You're ridiculous to me. You're so wrong. And you're freaking me out. You freak everyone out.
You freak everyone out. Everyone's freaked out
when you
by
talk
you.
like this. You're a freak. And a creep for that.
And a weirdo.
And a fucking weirdo. And you need to get out of my office right now. This has been All the Space in Between.
What are you doing here?
Thank you so much, everybody, for listening. If, by any chance, you did like the episode, there are more episodes.
This is true.
You can absolutely go find them anywhere you want. There could be Spotify, YouTube, or anywhere podcasts are found, even a very convenient website. Yes, a website where you can see into the pictures we posted today, or just a convenient place to guide your friends that has all the links to all the other places that our podcast is. It's like the hub. It's actually a cool place just to hang out. If you ask me, a blank white page with just a bunch of audio players. It's really neat. But if you want to visit our website is
allthespaceinbetween.com. And if you would like to send us a pickle, again, thank you so much to everyone who emailed us today, because you sent a lot of good emails, but we always want more. So if you were planning to send one, you forgot, you're like, oh shit, do it. Send us one. Think of one right now. Send us an email. I dare you.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can do that right to our email inbox address, which is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. Very easy to remember. allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. Thank you, Slow Smog, for the intro and the outro music. We love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Do we have any plugs? Is that it? Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for a very successful July in the Discord. The performance, the movies we've been having, the open mic, all the stuff that's been happening there, and all the people that have been joining. Thank you so much. And if you want to be a part of the Discord, that's patreon.com/flatsound. Pick any tier. And you get instant Discord access. You got to be 17 and up to do it. I think that is it. Good episode. Yes. Billy Blossom. You look cute the whole time. I didn't tell you that. Mwah! Mwah! New episodes, everybody. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.